The BMW E46 3 Series is just an amazing car overall, and you should absolutely get one. Wanna know why? Then give me a few minutes to explain. Okay, obviously these cars look incredible and might just be the most timeless BMW ever made. I mean, they were built from 1997 to 2006, so they actually are pretty old by now. But like, look at it, they still are just so nice and special, as long as you ignore the compact. That thing might hurt your eyes because it's ugly as shit. So you should get the point. They are still a real classic BMW, and back then, the designer smoked less, I guess.
How's this good, Wade? It's beautiful.
In 2001, these cars also got a facelift, so they received new head and tail lights, a different grille and hood, as well as new front fenders and bumpers. Also the nav screen was upgraded, but I don't know if you actually care about that. What I do know you care about is daily drivability. So I can tell you, an E46 can be super practical and the perfect daily driver, as you can bring along quite a few people or just all the stuff you need for whatever, because they come with sedans and wagons. But if you want less practicality, you can still get an E46, but then there's the coupe or convertible version, and to be honest, they look quite a bit cooler. And like I mentioned before, there also is the compact. It's not even a bad car or anything, but just the front design is hideous. So as long as you don't mind that, they still are really nice little cars. And no matter which one you take, the interiors are great and of decent quality, so they are a very nice place to be in, and even though they are rather sporty, the stock price is still very nice and comfortable, which might surprise you actually. Now that we discussed that, it's time for the engines, and those generally are very reliable. But because idiots are real, there are a lot of beat up E46s that will cost their next owner a lot of money in repairs. But hey, at least they're easy to work on, so you can do a lot of things yourself on them and might actually want to consider getting one as a project car. Anyways, like with every single BMW out there are quite a few different engine options. So you can get 1.6 to 2 liter inline 4s with 103 to 150 horsepower, or 2 to 3 liter inline 6s with 134 to 235 horsepower. Those really are great engines and you can get them either running on gas or diesel. But then, in the M3, there is a 3.2 liter inline 6 and that thing puts out 333 to 355 horsepower. So those are fast. So they overall have really nice engines, and if you want the trims in more detail, you can just look them up on Wikipedia. I put the link to that in the description, just so I don't bore you too much right now. You can find these cars with 5 and 6 speed manual transmissions, which are super solid and probably your best option, as they also enhance the driving experience by a lot. But you can also get them with 4 and 5 speed automatics, which are fine, but of course a bit more boring. The next option you got with these cars were 6 speed SMGs, so sequential transmissions, and those are famous to be unreliable. But what do you need an engine for again? Exactly, to drive your car. And with an E46, that can be a lot of fun, as they handle just great, are rear-wheel drive and have pretty powerful engine options. So those three things are literally the recipe for drifting, if you know what you are doing of course. And a very big factor for their great handling capabilities is that with about 2800 to 4000 pounds, or roughly 13 to 1800 kilos, they are rather light. That also makes your gas mileage better. The E46 also has quite a few suspension upgrades compared to the E36 predecessor, so the previous generation. Therefore it doesn't matter if you want to cruise around, drive quickly, do racing or drifting, these cars can either just do it right away or are an amazing platform to build them for it. But to get back to daily driving, you can also get versions of them that easily handle snow in the winter. I already mentioned that in one of my previous videos, which was about winter cars. Link to that in the top right corner. But they are all real drive E46s that then have an excellent trim model version name, however you call that thing. So they are super capable cars that do everything you need or want them to. That's also why millions of people bought them, of course. So a lot of them also got modified. Some very tastefully, but some not so much. So in general, they build up a giant aftermarket community that ranges from idiots to family people to race car drivers. So you can really build them exactly how you want them, for whatever you need, and often for not that much money. Like, not even the cars themselves are expensive. You can literally pick one up for 2 to 4k in the US, or already a few $100 in Germany and Central Europe. But if you want a car with less than 75,000 miles, or about 120,000 kilometers, they will cost you about 7 to 8 grand in the US, but about 1 to 2k in Germany. For those of you watching from the US, I'm sure you can find cheaper ones on Facebook Marketplace or by just locally looking around. So what do you think? Are they still worth buying these days? Because I absolutely do. Because I really think they are great cars for new drivers as basic daily or just to have fun with them. That being said, check out this video if you haven't already, so see you in the next one.